So keep going down that rabbit hole and losing ratings, and you guys will be in the gutter. Good for you, View. Good for you.
The MAGA cast of characters is getting larger and stranger as the days go on. It turns out that the Hunger Games was an understatement. Trump's first term saw the likes of some real freaks like Roger Stone and Milo Yiannopoulos disgracing the White House with their presence. And now we have this guy, Link Lauren, MAGA's Draco Malfoy. And he wasn't too happy with the ladies over on The View after they told Bob Iger to shove it. Their boss and the CEO of Disney tried to put a kibosh on the Trump bashing this week, but it didn't quite go their way, and MAGA isn't happy about it. Here's the part where I ask you guys to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. This story started last week when the owner of The View, via Disney owning everything, Bob Iger, told The View to tone it down, to which the good ladies on The View said no.
But the women of The View reportedly told their bosses to take a hike. One source reportedly saying, quote, "This is what our audience wants. Isn't it going to look kind of bad if we're all of a sudden not talking about politics?" They ultimately decided they weren't having it with the, quote, "silly requests," and said they would just keep doing their thing.
In response to the report, former co-host of the show, Meghan McCain, took to X, saying simply, "They will never do that."
Now, I'm not sure if Bob Iger actually cares about the amount of Trump bashing that's happening on The View, or if he's just determined not to become like Mattel or Walmart. Coward companies don't have morals so much as they have the duty to protect the bottom line. And Disney already has a long history of pissing off conservatives by daring to allow gay people to exist in their parks, literally the least that they could do. But luckily, some folks still have spines, including the good ladies over on The View. Even after the boss man told them to shut up, they continued to come for Trump's neck like a judo chop.
I think what frustrates me with this is so he's prioritizing giving refugee status to these people who... Right. There's crime in South Africa, but these are, I've always believed America should prioritize the most in need refugees. And right now, it's set to later this year, Afghan refugees who are here are going to be sent back to Afghanistan. And we know they'll be subject to beatings, to jailing, and even to killing. And some of those are people who served alongside U.S. forces as translators and interpreters. And I would just implore the president, he was so critical of Joe Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan. Stay true to what we owe the Afghans who fought with us and let them remain here. Let them be safe. If you serve alongside U.S. forces, you have a right to refugee status in the United States.
Yeah, you'd think that respecting people who served this country, whether they're citizens or not, wouldn't be beneath Trump, yet here we are. And if there's one thing that Trump's lackeys don't like, it's when others don't cower in fear and bow down to dear leader the way they do. Nothing offends a sniveling worm more than a person with a spine. And the Republicans have found a new cast of fresh-faced maggots to parade around on TV. Link Lauren's clearly evil aesthetic here fits quite nicely over on Fash News.
I'm going to write a book about the cognitive decline of the person who is in charge right now.
And now they've been told, Link, to tone it down about Trump. What do you think?
Absolutely. Well, I actually love The View, Trace, because whenever I watch these 5 trolls on The View, it confirms I am 100% gay. I can't stand the women on The View. Let's send them all to Guantanamo and never look back. Whoopi Goldberg, she's morphing into one of the blue people from Avatar. You've got Alyssa Rhino Griffin. You've got Sunny Hostin, who's a complete racist. So keep going down that rabbit hole and losing ratings, and you guys will be in the gutter. Good for you, View. Good for you.
Tiffany, your final thoughts.
I think that Link makes a great point. I mean, what will we do without The View to give us wonderful segments like this and their insanity, you know? So we got to take it for what it is. But they've definitely gone on the rabbit hole.
It's funny how the Republicans always lament about identity politics, yet they're sure to hide behind their token minorities as if that would excuse their odious policy. This man, Link Lauren, is 100% gay, and yet the irony of defending a party who hates Disney for participating in Pride is lost on this man. Whatever chemicals he used to strip his hair of color seems to have also stripped his brain of common sense. We're talking about a party that's been actively voicing its intent to overturn Obergefell, and a party that proposed measures that would limit same-sex marriage in 9 states. I don't know if they're paying him a lot of money or if he's doing this for likes, but the Republicans have found themselves a new dancing monkey to laugh at before they eventually throw him on the fire too. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.